Bass.
Let me know when it's go time. When it's go time. Good to go, it's go time. Dysfunctional Family, episode 46. First and only take. You feel me?
You're smiling about.
Man, because I'm just excited to shoot. What you mean what I'm smiling about? Listen, if I was frowning, you should be asking what I'm frowning about. If I was crying, you should be asking what I'm crying about. But if I'm smiling,
I'm sorry.
you let me sit with that.
I apologize, King.
Don't push those feelings away. Let me smile. What y'all smiling about? I know what y'all smiling about. Y'all smiling because we back.
They're smiling because they recently subscribed to our Instagram page.
$2.99 a month. You feel me? You get exclusive access to content. You get, we say one-on-ones, but they really 2-on-2s with us.
Or 2-on-1
spouse.
if you're single.
Or yeah. We do those too. You know, a little bit of couples communication coaching.
Yo.
And, some exclusive stories and
I
content
said,
that only y'all get.
Yo.
Yes, baby.
Like, why would you ignore my gasp?
My fault. I'm sorry.
No, but why?
I don't know why you're gasping.
Why
I think I have an idea. Yo, I should be wearing a cap right now because I graduate tomorrow.
That's not why.
From Princeton. Oh.
Yo.
That feels like the most important thing, but okay.
We forgot to shout out Free to Soul's Clothing in the last episode.
Well, there's a commercial in there, so you be all right. They always know we sponsored. Yeah, man, our sponsors. You feel me? Free to Souls and Rest by Lynn.
Rest by Lynn. Styles by Simone.
Always our sponsors. You feel me?
Y'all know the vibes.
Yeah, man. But listen, anything.
Yeah, Dashawn is graduating tomorrow, so yeah, his Cash App last episode hit it again.
Hey, yo, we celebrate me like that. Hey, it's $. I am redeemed. You feel me? I'm graduating with my master's of divinity.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is. Yeah.
Graduate, King.
From Princeton.
Get that education, black man.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Get that Cash App.
Yeah, education, that's my speed.
I am redeemed.
Education, that's my speed, you feel me? You know what I'm talking about?
Facts.
Whispering facts is crazy.
Now I'm thinking about the Yin Yang twins.
I don't like that.
Not them. Oh, that came out the wrong way.
Yeah, that song don't belong nowhere on our podcast.
I don't know a lyric of that song.
You sure do. Where do you see my...
That's it.
All right, exactly. That's a lyric. Here we go.
Where do you see my Master of Divinity diploma? Where do you see my Master of Divinity diploma?
I really don't like where this is going. This is not going in the comfortable
hit that
space.
Cash App. I'm
pretty sure the people that are listening on audio-only podcasts don't like getting whispered into like that.
I'm sorry, y'all, for whispering.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Listen, y'all. In this really good Rode mic, shout out to Rode. We need a sponsorship. Or something, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah. Making us sound amazing. Feel me, Rode? Like you making us sound amazing. You feel me? So holla at us, Dysfunctional Family TV.
Go. I want to go lay down.
All right. Speaking of go lay down, this episode is also brought to you by Rest by Lynn. Listen, I'm right now holding one of the most comfortable pillows I have ever laid my head on. Ever. And I'm not saying this because this is a partnership. It's actually a partnership because I believe this is one of the most comfortable pillows I've ever laid on. Listen, hit up restbylynn.com. She's offering y'all a special discount only because y'all rocking with Dysfunctional Family. So go to restbylynn.com for all of your pillows. I'm talking
She got
pillows.
neck pillows.
Yeah, neck pillows for when you fly in. Couch pillows.
She got floor pillows.
Floor pillows.
If you want to go on a picnic, the oversized jumbo joint.
I mean, all the dope pillows.
Galore.
Y'all go to restbylynn.com. She has a special code just for you for tuning in. TFF15. 15. All right?
15.
That stands for This Functional Family. So TFF 15, and you're going to get 15% off any of your orders. All right? I'm telling you, go. This is some of the best pillows you'll ever get. And they beautiful, too.
Beautiful. So many different Kente fabric.
It's just beautiful.
All
right. Rest by Lynn. Peace.
All right, listen. Here's what we talking about today. We are scoffing about trust. You whispering again.
Trust.
There you go. Use your diaphragm. Because I don't like the whispers. Trust. What's up with you?
What's up with you?
You grunting, whispering, then like
Trust.
I got it. Let me start off, and then you take the next.
I want to say some stuff too.
You've been saying stuff. You just been whispering, and I don't like it.
Sorry, y'all.
All right, here we go. We scoffing about trust. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a video the other day on relationship and love scientist. He's actually a scientist. His name is Dr. John Gottman, and he
Like a real love doctor? That's
yeah, like shout out to Martin.
a real love doctor. Like a love doctor.
Yo, if you
I didn't know those existed.
No. If you're a Martin fan, then you know that the Love Doctor episode is chill. You have to. I'm about to be in tears.
Okay, let's move.
All right.
You said he's a love
He's
scientist.
like a love science. So him,
a love doctor is nuts.
and a partner of his, they actually study ways to build strong relationships and what are some of the science and physiological responses that our body goes through when we're able to or when we're thriving in a good relationship, or when we're doing the opposite. They actually have a science to what our brain activities doing, what our heart activities doing, heart rate. Dr. John Gottman.
I have to look it up.
Yeah, he's amazing. His wife, him and his wife, they've been married over. Her name is Dr. I think her first name is Julie.
Dr. Gottman?
Dr. Julie Gottman, yeah. And they have been married over 20 some odd years. His partner, though, in his work is actually not, his wife is actually another scientist, epidemiologist.
That's the skin.
And they actually do a lot of great work. You wilding right now.
Screaming out, that's the skin?
Yeah, you really wilding right now. But they do a lot of good work, and he was doing
I'm so sorry. Recenter, refocus. Yes.
So he was doing a talk on how to. You good?
No, my hair was tickling me. I thought it was a spider, but it's not. It's no spiders. I'm
good. I'm just making sure you're straight.
I'm good. So
Spiders?
Dr. Gottman did a experiment.
Dr. Gottman, yes, and his part. I can't remember who his.
It's a girl.
No, so it's a man.
Good.
Man.
Good.
Why is that good? Why is it good?
Do you think I would want my husband working all day with another woman, doing all this research about love?
Hold on. Because here's the thing: for a living, I literally work all day with another woman.
Yeah, but not researching love. That's weird.
Okay.
Wouldn't have been me. Thank you, Dr. Gottman, for having a.
You should be thanking Dr. Julie then, because she's the one that allows him to do the work with the other lady.
But you said it's a man. Well,
yeah, I guess what I'm saying is she would be the one that has to okay it if it was a lady.
For us to have this conversation around.
They don't even know they on our podcast right now.
They will if we tag them. Y'all tag Dr. Gottman. I don't know if he uses social media.
I don't know. He's really old. But so here's the thing. He did a study on what are some of the indicators that determine if a relationship is low risk or high risk. High risk meaning it's volatile. It can sort of like a stock. They call it the Dow Jones Index of Love. So for those that know finances, you know that what the Dow Jones is. So he has a study that he calls the Dow Jones Index of Love. And essentially him and his partner figured out scientific and physiological ways they can determine and emotional ways that they can determine whether or not a relationship is low risk or high risk for breaking up. And one of the things that he talked about was the importance of good conversations and how a conversation starts if we're having a disagreement is a determining factor of the longevity of your relationship. Like how we begin our conversation.
Oh, wow. It's interesting.
is a determining factor. So people that begin in a hostile way, that's like a higher indicator that you're more high risk and vice versa, right? But one of the things that had me thinking about, which is why we wanted to talk about trust, is he talks about, well, he doesn't talk about this, but it had me thinking about how I actually enjoy our conversations. Even when we're having disagreements, I think we get to like really good spaces that help us both learn a lot, right? And I was thinking about, why are you winking at me, baby?
You said you enjoy our conversation. That's like, me too.
Oh, okay.
Like a ditto. Like,
All right. I'm glad that you enjoy our conversations. Are you blushing?
no.
Yo. Yo, but those that are listening and can't see her, oh my gosh. The way she's fighting back her blush is wild. Okay.
Getting more red.
Yo. No. Yes, you are blushing. It's okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So I enjoy our conversations, and it had me thinking, in order to have good and like in-depth conversations, it takes a lot of trust. Because I tend to shut down or be less open and reflective with someone that I don't trust can manage my emotions or manage my stuff. So like, if I think you're going to either in the future weaponize what I say against me or gaslight what I say to use it against me, then I'm less inclined to share the deepest layers of what's going on inside of my thoughts, inside of my emotions, my dreams, my visions. So it just had me thinking like, wow, if good conversations is an indicator of long-term relational success in both friendships, in marriages, and all those things, and good conversations don't happen without trust, we think love is the thing, right? But really, good long-term relationships take a lot of trust more than they take a lot of love. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about that and see what you thought.
That's really, really dope. So I want to start off by saying that most people, I would assume, when we hear the word trust, our first instinct is to associate that word with some kind of how sexually committed our partner is to us. So is there any infidelity going on mentally? Are you texting inappropriately? Is there a secret affair going on? So a lot of people, I think, associate trust with some kind of sexual commitment, but trust is actually much more than that. So yes, that's a part of it, and arguably one of the biggest parts of it. But trust is actually built up by the little things that we do in our day-to-day routines that can either build or destroy trust. That's good. So what are you doing in your day-to-day lives, in your relationship, that are either contributing towards the trust your partner has for you or slowly deteriorating the trust that they feel for you?
That's good. Yeah, I think like even something as small as, hey, I'm gonna clean this. And then you start saying that 7 days, 8 days straight. Nah, I'm gonna clean it. Then I see you cleaning it. Why are you cleaning it? Then I say I was gonna clean it.
Yeah, but you ain't do it.
Bro, it's been 12 days. You said you're gonna do it, right? Like small stuff. Like we're not about to fight about it, but at the same time,
it's like I can't trust you to keep your word on
low
this.
key.
Yeah.
The more you break your word, the more you become less
trustworthy.
You know what I mean? But that gets back to my first point. I think that we sort of love is like, of course, love is an important factor to you and your relationship lasting. But I think we underestimate the importance of trust. I have relationships with people who I love dearly. Yeah. But because I can't trust them, I'd never lend money to them.
Who?
Like lend money? Like if I know they down bad and they need money, it's different. But if they like say, oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna pay you back. There's certain people I love them to death, but I would never trust them to pay
just
me
take the $40. Don't even pay me back.
Yeah.
Just take the money.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, and that's what I'm saying though, right? It's certain people. It's like I love them to death, but if they say, hey, bro, I'll meet you there at 12. Yeah. I actually don't trust that they'll be there at 12.
Like love and trust are not synonymous.
They're not. Like, I think there are people, this is gonna get sticky. there are people that I don't love as much as others, but I trust them more than others. So in a relationship, you don't understand how important trust is.
Yeah.
Being prepared,
Yeah.
being timely,
Yeah.
right?
That goes back to like those day-to-day habits that you cement that reflects your priorities and shows whether or not I can trust you in the small areas that eventually lead up to me trusting you in the bigger parts of our relationship.
Exactly. So I think we have to start giving trust a little more, I don't want to say credit, but a little more weight to what's going to make determine whether or not a relationship lasts long. Because there are people who have been divorced but see their ex-spouse and admit all the time. You hear this from people like, yeah, I'll always love them. They might be in a whole new marriage. I don't even know how their new spouse feels about that. And they're like, no, I'll always love such and such. He's the father of my children, or she's the mother of my. And it's like, oh, that's.
He was a horrible. He always missed date nights. And he never made it home in time for dinner.
Exactly. So
wow.
I'll always love them, but I can't trust them, which is why I'm not with them. So I think we don't give trust enough weight.
Yeah.
The Bible says when the Bible talks about swearing, it tells it's not like in cursing. It's talking like making an oath or swearing to God. The reason it tells us not to do it is not because like saying swear to God is going to send you to hell. It's more like I shouldn't. If I'm a person of integrity and I'm a person of my word, let my yes be yes and let my no be no. I don't need to swear in order to make my no no. When I say no, I mean no. When I say yes, I mean yes. But the only reason I'd have to swear is when my yes wasn't a yes before.
When your actions don't
and when
reflect
my no
that.
wasn't a no before. And people are like, I don't believe you. Why don't they believe you? Because they couldn't believe you before.
You got a bad reputation.
You got bad reputation. Your
actions
yeses are not yeses. So what we got to think about in relationship is what's the damage subtly? Those small foxes that spoil the vine. What is the damage that subtly happens when I'm constantly not a person that you can trust? It's tough.
For
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think just to build on top of that, we also have to really consider the impact that our decisions make, the impact that our decisions have on our relationship, and that our decisions should not be selfishly made, but our decisions should be made always with our relationship in mind.
Yeah, that's part of trust.
Right. You have to, no matter how big or small, the decisions that you make should reflect your relationship as a whole and not just your personal preferences. So for instance, if after work, I know you've been with the kids all day and you have your own set of, your own agenda of things that you need to do for the evening. And you already told me, hey, I'm going to do this when you get home so I can pass the kids on, blah, blah, blah. And I decided, hey, I need a snack tonight. I'm feeling snacky. Let me stop at the supermarket and grab some cookies.
Yeah.
Now, while that 10, 15-minute detour is not something morally wrong, how does that subtly just destroy the trust you had for me? You know what I mean? That I can't keep my word, that I'm going to come home. I know you have things to take care of. I got to get the kids so you can do your thing, but I'm stopping at the supermarket, which now impacts you, and it affects the work that you have to do. Or even more than that, something bigger than that, as we go to, Can
I say something about that?
Sure.
Though? I think there's another element to that, too, to add. I agree with everything you're saying. And I think the other element is, you also should be able to trust that if you told me you have a need, like I had a long day, I need to stop and give myself a snack because it's going to make me feel better.
Yeah.
There's something there to why you can't trust me to just say, hey, I'm going to be an extra 15 minutes.
So it's either I don't think that you'll understand that I need to take this quick detour.
Which lacks trust.
Or I just don't care enough to tell you. He'll
Which
be all
will
right.
make me lack trust. Yeah, either
So
way,
there's an impact
exactly,
there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we just have to communicate our needs. But even more than, those small subtleties that can ruin trust, in bigger aspects of our relationship and our lives, if there's this new dream or vision that I want to go after, how is me venturing out into this new area going to impact our relationship? So if I don't tell you, hey, I want to write a book, what time is that going to take away from us every night? If we can't Netflix and chill nightly like we used to, or I have to take away money that I'm contributing to the household because now I have to go find a publisher and I have to go find some kind of book deal. It's taking away my mental energy, my emotional energy, just my being. It's taking away all of me to go and go after this dream, but I haven't shared any of that with you. So then you're not prepared to kind of support me or make the necessary arrangements for our household. So like every decision we make should be a reflection of our relationship. We should never make selfish decisions just thinking that it only impacts us. Everything we do, no matter how big or small, whether it's going to the supermarket or going to start up a business, every decision we make impacts our relationship and somehow either builds toward or tears down the trust that our partner has for us.
That's so good. I think that that trust, it you know what it helps with? When I'm not in your presence. When I'm not, like, I know that you're thinking about us when you're deciding things.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like, that's what it really means. Like, when you're not here and I see the kitchen is full of garbage, I'm not just taking it out because the garbage stinks. I'm taking it out because the garbage stinks. And I also think, like, I don't want my family coming home tripping over bags. Like, it's like, you can trust that my thoughts are not individualistic.
Yeah.
And I think that's how trust is built in other areas. It's like, when we're not around each other, it's not just you trust I'm not sexting another woman. It's way more than that.
Yeah.
Because I could be doing other things that are still super selfish. I could be doing other things that are still super selfish and never sexually, immorally step out of our marriage.
Yeah.
So, like, when we talk trust, it's so much bigger than just sexual immorality. It's, are your decisions that you're making when you spend a dime fruitful or helpful for this house? If it's not, do we have a relationship where you're like, yeah, baby, I bought lunch 3 times this week. I know we're supposed to be eating in more and cooking more. I bought lunch 3 times this week. Okay, what's the reason for that?
Yeah.
I trust you enough to tell you and be like, hey, I'm feeling stressed.
Yeah.
So I'm eating more pleasure foods than you know what I mean? Like, now the conversation is actually deeper than just, I just wanted some food. And it's like, it's actually more than that.
You don't trust me with your
You don't
emotions.
trust me with the,
to like have that conversation about
trust me
how I'm
enough-
feeling.
Exactly. You don't trust me enough to actually tell me you stressed out, so you spending more money.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I can't trust you with no money. And then you like, you ain't never buying nothing? I'm the only one buying something. So now we're talking about who bought stuff and who didn't. And the real deep issue is, oh, you're stress spending.
Yeah.
But you don't trust me enough to tell me you stressed.
Yeah.
So now you spend and you telling your money how you feel more than you tell me how you feel. You telling your money instead of your mate.
It's big.
You know what I mean?
Big.
So
That's big.
I think the reason we want to have this conversation outside of what I shared in the beginning is this is not just about, I think we have to expand how trust is looked at so that it's not something that we just make so monolithic about stepping outside of your marriage sexually.
Yeah, like some kind of infidelity.
Yeah, like you breached by liking these half-naked Instagram booty pics, right? Like, it's like,
Let me see your Discover
you can
page.
check my Discover page. Ain't no booty pics over there. Here, take it. I'm gonna leave it right there just in
I
case
don't
you decide
want
you
it.
want to check after the episode. But yeah, like, it's more than that. It's not that those things aren't trust breakers,
course.
but I think those are talked about so much that we also miss the subtle ways that we breach trust that prevents good conversation, that prevents me from like telling you the things that you need to hear, prevents me from telling things that are going on with me that I just don't want to release them because I don't know if you're going to do the right thing with them. You know what I mean? So I guess the question would be, if we had to close this out, like how do we repair trust in a fracture that we've fractured in a relationship? You know what I mean?
For sure.
One of the things that I would start with is bite-sized and measurable goals. Sounds very like corporate languagey. It's like, this ain't a
Measurable goals.
this ain't an employee review. What are we doing? A 90-day review? Measurable goals. But yeah, I really think having something, when I say measurable, like something that you can really look back and say, hey, I said 3 days in a row I was gonna do this small thing. I'm gonna do the dishes so that she doesn't have to do it when she comes in from work. All 3 days I did it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Something you can measure. You don't have to repair trust by trying to find a new way to do the thing that you messed up in a more right way. Like, whatever the thing is that you broke the trust with, you don't have to find ways to do that right. You have to find a way to show them you're a person of your word, which is why you start with measurable. I don't have to show like let's say it's like big trust that I broke. Like
you took $5,000 out of our checking account.
Yeah, and I didn't tell you, right? I may not have $5,000 to put it right back.
Right.
So I have to show you that I'm a person of my word more than I can just say
replace the money.
Replace the money because you may not immediately be able to repair the trust by fixing the thing that you actually fractured. You have to fix the trust by just showing you're a person of your word, which is why you start with bite-sized, measurable goals.
Because it's always bigger than the actual breach of trust.
Absolutely.
It's always bigger than the $5,000. Sure, you could put it back. You might,
might be able to.
You might be able to, but it's not that. It's the principle of why'd you take it and not tell me in the first place?
That's right. And I also think that if trust is broken, one of the best ways to repair that trust or that breach is to show a desire to refine or change how you communicate. This is important. This is important because before you broke trust, you may not be the call or text check-in person. You may not be like, hey, baby, I just got off of work. I'm on my way home. That might not be your style. But if you breach trust in like a big way, you might have to refine how you communicate, and you might have to turn yourself into a check-in person because you got to repair the breach. So you got to do something a little different.
Yeah.
You might be the type that like, if they ask you, what you want for dinner? No matter, whatever you cook. You might have to be the type to be like, steak chicken's okay with me if that's what you make it. Right? And it doesn't mean like, it's humbling yourself a little bit. And rethinking how you're communicating to show them you're actually making an exerted effort to build back their trust.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to call and check in, even though that wasn't my style.
Right.
Hey, I'm going to do a weekly or a bi-weekly emotional check-in.
Yeah.
Hey, am I doing okay? Even though that wasn't my style. I have to reimagine what communication looks like with you because my former form of communication led me to break your trust.
Yeah. I'm going to show you that I care about repairing it by inconveniencing myself for your sake. I am willing to do things that I would not normally do because I care about you so much that I am going to inconvenience myself to show you that I'm willing to be uncomfortable for the sake of restoring what was broken.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure we could go a lot deeper with trust, but if you want some more in-depth talks, want to answer some personal conversation questions,
subscribe to our Instagram.
$2.99 a month. You feel me? Gotta do that promo.
Got to.
All right, this or that. Let's get to it.
We there.
I'm reading the first question. Would you rather live 200 years in the past or 200 years in the future? 3, 2, 1. To the future.
Years in the past.
Yeah, I'm going forward, baby.
My rationale is okay, this was a period of enslavement and
200 years?
But it's like, I don't know what the condition of the earth is going to be like in 200 years with all this desolation and extinction and mass production of food and lack of resources and water drying up and we're losing natural resources. I don't know how sustainable life is going to be. I watch a lot of these like David Attenborough documentaries on.
I'm going to live to tell the story. 200, I'll tell you what it's like.
I don't know, man.
I just think that I don't know. I don't know if my rationale is as compelling. I think if I go back, I don't know how I would feel dealing or seeing or witnessing the trauma of my ancestors and things like that. I'm not for it. I think every era and generation has its issues, and if not having clean water is the issue of 200 years from now, we're gonna figure it out. But I don't know that I want my issue to be watching myself or others be treated like chattel. So, yeah, this just got dark and heavy.
Sorry.
Didn't expect
the
that.
next one. Oh.
All right, next question. You read it.
Would you rather end homelessness or domestic violence?
Oh, I'm not answering this question.
We have to.
I'm not. You're not about to catch me out here getting canceled by either community. Whatever. Is there a consequence? Like you
No,
can.
but
Hey, I care about both.
we can, but don't.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Domestic violence. Yeah. I've come across homeless people who are completely at peace, have great relationships with God, and are just content with life. And they spread so much joy and love.
We from Brooklyn though. That's why I think our homeless people quality is like a little. Like Brooklyn's so expensive. You got people that actually got jobs that's getting kicked out of their crib. I'm serious. Brooklyn's so daggone expensive. You got like real quality people in the streets. I don't know. New Yorkers are just different.
That's
like
true.
you could catch me when I was in Brooklyn. You know this. You could catch me on the corner kicking it with somebody homeless, just talking, and we chopping it up. I'll pray with them. We talking. We'll walk to this. I won't even give them money sometimes to get food. Sometimes I'll walk to the store with them. Like, yo, let's walk together and we chill. You know what I mean? Like, we've stopped photo shoots to talk to homeless people and just kick it with them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think they're just New York is just built different. But I like that.
But obviously, needless to say, I hope we are against both.
Yeah, we're definitely against both.
We could eradicate both
Homelessness.
if possible.
I think my rationale is that I think homelessness, homelessness can be eradicated with some really simple fixes financially from people that have a certain amount of resources. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I think domestic violence is such a layered, complicated issue that your body is not the only thing that's injured in domestic violence situations. There are fractures and injuries in other areas, and it's a more wholesome healing. As I'm saying it, I'm starting to think of the complexities of being homeless, and now I'm starting to regret what I'm saying. So I want them both to be eradicated, but I think
I'm sorry.
you wild out with this.
All right, last question.
This is the darkest this or that ever. You wild.
We've had some dark ones, I think. Last one. It's your turn.
Oh, I thought you was gonna read it. My fault. Would you rather have more time or more money? Drum roll, please. More time. More time, I can find opportunities to make more money. But more money don't necessarily buy more time. You feel me?
For my reasoning really quickly is I think more time gives me the space to do what I would want to do with the more money.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's it. We love y'all. freedomsclothing.com.
And we trust y'all to subscribe to our Instagram page at $2.99 a month. Trust. Don't breach our trust now. Don't fracture our trust. Dysfunctional Family TV on Instagram. $2.99 a month. Monthly subscription. You feel me? Pow, pow.
Did you shoot them?
No, I didn't shoot them. I shot down the lack of trust.